Welcome back to Single Tree Nation, guys. I am your man, Charlie Eblin. Today we have our illustrious co-host, Derry Wells.
What's up, everybody?
And a very special guest, the man himself, Mr. Donut Country, Bo Davis.
Thank you. Most time people call me Mr. Christie.
That is an introduction.
At least they know the hierarchy.
that is outstanding. We know who the real boss is. So thank you, Christy, for letting him come hang out with us today. So look, we've known each other or at least known about each other for quite a long time. You went to high school here.
Yeah, I went to Oakland.
Graduated from Oakland High School. Go Patriots. I can only say that for a few more years, because then my children will be at hopefully Blackman High School. We'll see how the zonings go. But
I can help you with that move.
Thanks. It's yeah. So, but we like to give everybody a chance to tell us who they are, what they do, etc. I know you and your wife do have Donut Country with multiple locations, but you're not just a donut guru. You also are a real estate guy as well, right?
I am, yes.
So I'll turn it over to you. Tell us who you are, what you do, and we'll kick this place off.
Yeah, my name is Bo. I born and raised here in Murfreesboro. I started selling real estate in 2015 out of the Keller Williams office. I now have a team. It's called Davis Home Group, and in 2017, Christian and I bought Donut Country from her parents, and so she runs the shop. I help out. I like the entrepreneur part and bouncing ideas, but she's the one running the show.
I love it.
Sure.
I love it. So we'll dive deep into that. But before you got into real estate, what'd you do?
I was a sheriff's deputy here.
All right. And you did a little bit of everything from start to finish with the deputy's office, right?
Yeah, I started out when I was 18. I worked in the jail. And then when I turned 21, I went to patrol. I did the highway interdiction, was a canine handler. I was on the SWAT team for a little while.
I could see Bo as a SWAT team guy.
I've never seen a small SWAT team guy.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Like, I just like that. I'm like, that's.
Yeah. How tall are you? 6'3"?
6'3".
Yeah. Yeah.
And
I saw it. I knew a short guy.
And you're only about 215, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Like, this will go back for a lot of folks with John Levi. Like, he's a shorter in stature, but like just cannons for arms.
Swole.
Yes. Swole is right. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know if he was on SWAT, but I know he was on one of the special.
He was on the SWAT team, and I've seen that dude with the bar bending around him as he's racking out.
Like, yeah. So, like I said, I've never seen a small SWAT team dude.
Yeah.
So,
well, I mean, look, it's kind of like, if you're going to barge in somewhere, do you want to barge in with Pee Wee Herman?
That's right.
Not so
There's
much.
a reference. Good job.
Or Mini-Me.
Yeah, there you go. Gosh. What's Mini-Me's real name?
Oh, geez, you had to ask me that on the spot.
I did.
Go ahead, bring it out. I know you know
something.
It is Vern something. Was my answer too.
Oh, so you only know half the answer.
Right.
Yeah, you're trying to razz me and you don't even know the
more
whole
than
answer.
you know.
Vern, Lord,
There you
Matt
go.
Questing some
Didn't he
of
pass
them.
away?
I was gonna say he's
Man,
dead. He's
God
passed.
bless the dead. God
So-
bless
Did you
the
look that up on Yahoo Sports?
Nope, I didn't.
dead. Yahoo Sports.
Somebody's going to hear all this and eventually think that I'm the most technically intellectual person that there is. There's a grown man using Yahoo email and MapQuest to get around town.
We're only sponsored by one of the largest technology restaurant companies in the world.
Right. And then there's me. So, yeah, you're welcome. Go ahead and giggle. That's right.
Thank you for all your support, Toast. We really appreciate it. It's outstanding. All right. So a couple of years back, and I don't know if anybody knows the full story, but a couple of years back, I was invited to be on a podcast. And I got done with that podcast, and we were talking about making the sticky hog sandwich for my food truck. So, and what I told everybody was that if you brought me a Donut Country donut, that I would make you a sticky hog sandwich. And it had to be a Donut Country donut. So in front of us today, in honor of Donut Country, I brought us some pork and some Singletree barbecue sauce to make a sticky hog. So we're going to start off with a little snack.
A little snack. There you go.
Okay. So
Yeah, I was wondering how long this is going to sit in front of us.
no,
Yeah,
no,
like,
no,
this
no,
has
we're
been-
good. Yeah,
It's
we're
been
good.
torturous for a
Yeah.
minute.
So if you don't have the top pulled off, pull the top off, uncap that barbecue, and then don't go light with the barbecue. You want to get it fully coated. All right, there's a reason that people make this messy. You know, you don't have to use the whole container I brought, but it's really good. And then throw that lid back on top. All right. Now I can promise you, this is going to go everywhere. Okay, but you'll thank me in a minute.
This is not beard friendly food.
You are going to taste this just like I'm going to taste this in a couple of days. So, okay. So just grab a hold, take you a
Gosh.
big chow down,
That's
and,
so good.
and enjoy your life.
Trent didn't wait for instructions over here. He's over here wearing it out.
That's silly. That is silly. Bro,
Man,
That's good stuff.
that's that's sloppy.
yeah.
What do the kids say about this, Gary? How would the high school kids frame this?
Would they say it's got some riz?
No, it
Is it-
slaps.
It slaps.
slaps.
Uh-huh.
And
No
it's
cap.
And it's
No
litty.
cap.
No cap. Okay. I can tell you right now that my kids,
I did not know what to expect out of this. It is wildly good.
Oh my god.
I thought it would be a lot sweeter with the whole donut, and it's not. I guess the sauce cuts it or what. Like it is.
the sauce and the pork just
Jeez.
says it to you.
I feel like the sauce is critical. Obviously. Sorry.
Yeah. Look, I've
Not
tried
to-
it.
I like that you only gave us one napkin each. Also, appreciate that.
Poor planning does not produce proper performance.
That's right.
Yeah.
But it is tasty.
Oh.
Gosh.
With the wind.
Oh,
With
look
the
at the
wind.
man. Gosh.
Sometimes you have to have a good wingman.
That's it.
That is good.
Yeah, I remember that video because after John did that video, I mean, people were coming in and they were specifically talking about, I need a glazed donut in a brown paper sack. That was what.
That's what I told everybody to do.
That's great.
Yeah.
I mean, they would come in and with how they
Oh.
referenced it, you knew exactly where. Oh, you're going over to Singletree.
So look, for anybody that's listening or watching,
They're messy.
they are messy, but it's worth it.
My goodness, it's worth it.
Every bit of work.
So go to Donut Country today, right now. Stop what the hell you're doing. Go to Donut Country, get a donut, and bring your happy behind to come see me at Singletree, and we will make you a sticky hog, and it will change your life.
You won't be disappointed.
My goodness.
That's crazy.
Well done, sir. So what is the brainchild behind this? Is that all you? You're sitting there bored and thought,
Yeah.
need something to dress this up
So-
one day?
My wife,
Or you were trying to crave dessert and the meal all in one?
that happens.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not hating.
No,
Please don't take
no.
it as that.
My wife said something about, we saw a hamburger with a donut bun. Mm-hmm. And we talked about it for a little while, and I was like, man, I wonder what it would be like with pulled pork on it and barbecue sauce.
Phew, man.
So, the first time I ever did it, I ran over there one day and I didn't tell them anything. I just went and got a dozen donuts. And I was working, we had the food truck. It was a Wednesday night. We had the food truck at World Outreach.
Sure.
And I was the only food truck there. And I put the sticky hog on the menu. I hadn't even ate it myself yet.
You're just passing them out.
So I get set up, and I had a friend of ours come over and help us out that night. And I said, hey, I got this crazy idea. I'm going to put pulled pork on a donut, and we're going to sell it as a sticky hog sandwich. what do you think? And he's like, I don't know, man. Pulled pork, donut. So I made one. I gave it to him.
Sold out.
He's like, you're going to sell out of these.
He said, if you have any donuts left over, I'll buy the rest of them.
There you go.
Okay. So, and then it was from there, I just started selling them when I was out every once in a while. And it was, I got it all over me.
It's fine. I'm wearing it. Mm-hmm. It's a good thing that's away from the camera this time. So that's good. Mm-hmm. Need an extra napkin there, friend.
Yep.
So you haven't seen it anywhere else? Mm-mm. Dude, this is $1 million idea. It really is.
The hilarious thing to me was I'm walking through Walmart one day, picking up something for the house. Sarah sent me a message, said, hey, I need X, Y, and Z. Okay, I'll stop and get it. I'm walking through. I got my single tree shirt on. And some guy's probably, 20, 30 yards away from me. And he goes, hey, hey.
Walmart's not the place you want to be loudly heyed from a distance. Because that can go a lot of ways real fast.
He goes, aren't you the donut guy?
No. Oh, swing and a miss.
And I went, well, huh? I didn't know what he was talking about. I don't sell donuts. I sell barbecue. And he goes, yeah, you're the one with the barbecue donut thing, right? And I went,
oh, that is me.
Yes, that's me.
I've sold exactly 24 of those, and now that's how you get known in town.
So,
Right.
Do you know how many times that has happened since that day?
More than one.
Oh, quite a few.
It's
It's
great.
absolutely hilarious. My business partner now.
I feel like we need a media timeout to watch you clean up here. Like, it's gonna be impressive.
Look, I make a mess.
You do.
I'm not worried about it.
You enjoy it.
Yes.
That's all it means.
Yeah.
That's all it means.
I'm not trying to be pretty. I'm trying to eat.
There you go.
I didn't get this fat for no reason.
I got this fat because of Bo. Well, not Bo, but Donut Country. So.
It's not Bo's fault.
No, it's not. No, but seriously, I can remember in elementary school, and we've aged ourselves already before on here. Sorry, pup. It was the big deal when Mom would wake you up one morning about 15, 20 minutes early. Hey, we're going to go to hit Donut Country on the way to school. Absolutely. And you were allowed one donut. Like, that was the rule. Mm-hmm. And between me and my brother, and it was just, that was the treat. Like, when you're 10, 11, 12 years old, and that's what you get once a month on the way into school. It was, and we did the satellite location. That's because where we lived in town, you didn't hit the main drag or whatever. Man, it was.
See, I lived about 2 miles away from the main store.
Yeah.
And it's funny. I don't. You could have 1,000 donut shops pop up in Murfreesboro, and I live on the other side of town.
There's only one.
You don't have one over there.
That's right.
I don't care.
There's only one.
I give 2 craps. I'm driving all the way to your main store, and I'm going to get my donuts, and I'm going to get my coffee. I don't know what kind of coffee. We had this conversation a couple weeks ago. I don't know what kind of coffee y'all sell, but to me, it's like heaven. I love that stuff. And I told him, I said, it's probably just some regular old basic Joe coffee.
We get it from Just Love.
There you go. All right.
There you go.
And
is that what it's always been, though?
When we bought the place,
since I've been back in town,
the kind of, just assessing the negative reviews.
Yeah.
One of the things that they say is the coffee's weak. And that was a very interesting change because we've got our regulars that are there every day. Like, don't change the coffee. And so we were wanting to, when you go to buy distributors, you can't run, they provide the equipment. You can't run JFG coffee through their equipment. Like, you have to.
Yeah, you got to buy their coffee.
You got to buy their coffee. And
you're supposed to.
So our rep was like, just change it and, don't say anything to the customers. Just change it and, try to find something similar. And I was like, no, I'm not going to do that. So regulars come in, hey, we're trying something new today. Coffee's on the house. Tell me what you think. And they were like, oh, it's gross. Don't change the coffee. So, all right, we're going to try something different. So we get something different and same thing. Hey, we wanted to try this. Coffee's on the house today. Tell me what you think. They refused. We're not trying the coffee. Don't change the coffee. I'm like, okay, you've tied my hands now. So and at the time I wasn't a coffee drinker at all. So we have the team try, and we were trying to find a blend that compared to the stuff that we had, and then offer 2 separate blends, right? And since they wouldn't change it, so we just changed the coffee. They drank the coffee for like 2 months. And as soon as they came in and changed the equipment out, they're like, y'all are changing the coffee. No. This is the same coffee y'all been drinking for the last 2 months. And we had a couple of them go on coffee strike. They all started drinking. They went from coffee to tea and stuff like that. But everybody's back in the coffee game
hilarious.
now.
That's so funny.
Look, I love your coffee. It's I think it's like I was telling Derry last week. I didn't care what it doesn't matter what it tastes like. Like, it could be crap to me. And I could walk in there and you just put it in a Donut Country cup and give me my donut, right? And I feel like I'm 17, 18 years old again.
Yeah.
And drinking a cup of coffee from Donut Country. And now it was different owners back then, which were Christy's parents, right? When did they open it?
So it originally opened up in 78. A guy named Jim Jose opened it.
Yeah.
Kind of a small world to it. I actually worked at the sheriff's office with his daughter and son-in-law.
Oh, wow.
And then my in-laws bought it in 86. He was a retired, there was a lot of coincidences. He was a retired police officer in Florida.
Right.
Okay.
And
I remember that picture of the big drug bust that was always in that back corner, head to the restroom.
Yeah.
Like, that was up there forever. But yeah.
But they actually, when they bought the business, shortly after they bought the business, they got robbed. One time in like 30 years.
Yeah.
We bought the business on a Friday, and the following Wednesday morning we got robbed. So
all the check marks are checking, right?
Yeah.
It's like former law enforcement, one robbery early on. Like,
Yeah.
I got it.
And I'm hoping, and it turned in. I mean, God used it as it was definitely an icebreaker. Whenever there's something new, change,
Yeah.
I wasn't there. I was at the house. They called, and my wife answered the phone, and all I could hear is, "Oh my gosh, Bo's on the way." And I got there, and again, brand new at this, like, I don't know what I'm doing. Like, somebody just got robbed. They probably want to go home. I'm like, hey, whoever needs to go home, we close down, whatever we got to do. And as I'm talking to him, a lady comes to the drive-thru and says, hey, a guy just ran across y'all's back parking lot wearing a ski mask. And I was still a deputy then. I had to go to work that day. I drove in
squad car. Patrol car.
I had a Explorer. It was an undercover, detective vehicle. And I run out the back door, and it's still dark, but the sun's starting to come up, and I see like the silhouette of a guy getting in the church vans that were parked at the church behind us. And I get in my car, and I turn on my lights, and I go down McKnight and turn on my lights, and police, come out with your hands up. Nothing.
Yeah.
Open up the van door. Sure enough, he's sitting there. And gosh, I mean, telling on myself, but I pull him out of the car at gunpoint, and he's completely complying with me. And I've got him prone down on the ground, and it's like, I don't have a radio, I don't have handcuffs, I don't have a cell phone. All I've got's a Glock. So I walk him over to my police car, and he's complying with me the entire time until we get over to the car. And I set my gun down, and I go to grab my handcuffs, and that's when he fights me. And he runs back, he gets away from me, and he runs back over to the church van. And that kind of paused me for a second. Like, I'm like, all right, he's going back for a gun or something now. He wasn't running from me, he's just he's just going over to the van. So I call for backup. So I was a county guy. In the county, when you call for backup, in like 10, 15 minutes, you'll hear a siren,
Yeah.
Man, as soon as I called for backup, I mean, it was like I could hear sirens in all directions. And then it was like, ha, I got you. And he took off running. I followed him. Big guy, you drive as long as you can. And I got back in the car. I get back in the car, and I'm following him with my lights and sirens, so I'm in foot pursuit. And
That's outstanding.
We got to a fence, and I had to get out and take off on foot after him, but ended up getting the guy, and it was like a big icebreaker, and then it just set some stuff in motion, changes that need to be changed, and it turned into it ended up with a great outcome,
That's outstanding. That's outstanding.
He had actually attempted a carjacking that morning. He had attempted a carjacking at Dunkin' Donuts, and then I'm assuming he was go and hide in the van and wait for the police to clear, and then he robbed us, and then when I got there, he had just robbed the MAPCO across the street. So ended up having a preliminary hearing, and all the DAs and everybody was so confused because you had the Dunkin' Donuts and Donut Country. So you get them mixed up. And at the end of the hearing, Judge Ashad said, for the record, Donut Country is better than
That's
Dunkin'
fantastic.
Donuts.
There you go.
And I was like, thank you, Judge. Would you mind repeating that again?
Can I record that now, please? I'm trying to boost my business. That's outstanding, man. So was he was just hiding out in the van to try to let everybody dissipate?
Yeah, he would hide, let it clear out, and
crazy.
then I guess he would go back. Because it had been, probably 30, 45 minutes from the time,
Yeah. Yeah. Well, he had a charge or two on him by the time
Golly.
that ended by the end of his day that day. 24 hours later, he's got some bills to pay. That's crazy.
That's a way to start a business. Or to get your feet wet.
Yeah.
Well, it was a great story, I guess, but I'm good if it doesn't happen again.
Oh, sure.
Yeah. No, that's crazy. I've been in those situations before, and it's not fun. It's crazy. You don't know what to think. And in my last one of my last corporate jobs, I actually took one of my vice presidents to one of the locations that I had that was in downtown Birmingham, essentially. Pretty, not even downtown, it was by the airport, which was really rough if you've ever been to Birmingham. And we were inside, and he was by the front door, and I was walking back into the kitchen, and bullets were flying through the restaurant.
Oh, jeez.
Oh yeah, yeah. There was a drug deal gone bad, and
A disturbance in the area.
yeah. There was a disturbance in the force. Yeah, it was rough, but yeah. So, well, that's. I'm glad to hear that hasn't happened again, and we hope that it never does happen again. That's crazy.
Like I said, welcome to the owning a
Welcome
business.
to owning a
Jeez.
business, man. I tell people, if you want an eventful life, open a hospitality business. Doesn't have to be full service, doesn't have to be fast casual or quick serve, just anything.
Just pick one.
Just pick hospitality, restaurant-ish, breakfast, lunch, dinner, doesn't matter. You'll have some interesting experiences to say the least. So, we were talking about just a minute ago before we started recording the technology side, and
There's always something.
we were I'm trying to get Bo to come to Toast and come to the dark side of the technology world, but
I get one of those hats.
when I can get you one of these hats. I'll give you this hat. Look, I love Toast. Toast is amazing. They do a great job for us. I tell people all the time, we switched from Square to Toast because it made sense for us on the growth that we were looking at and what we wanted to accomplish. And then all of the partners that Toast has that integrate fully into their POS that make restaurants' lives just that much easier. I'm on their customer advisory board, so I get to go to Toast 4 times a year and sit with the leadership and hear what they're working on and what they need help with, and they get feedback from us that are actual restaurant tours and in the field every day and working in the business and using the equipment, and so and they listen and they take the feedback and they work on it and they make it better, and they take their their hardware and their software products, and mesh them together really, really well. So it's a great product for me. It may not be the great product for somebody else, but I love them. I think they do a phenomenal job, and we'll get you a demo, and you can decide for yourself. So, okay. But you said before you got your current POS provider, you guys had the old school registers, right?
The old school registers. You type in. You had to memorize, which it was easy at the time, but now it's like somebody asked me how much something costs. I'm like, I don't know. Let me look at the menu board.
Right. Yeah.
But they'd tell you what you want. You didn't type in the item. You typed in the total, and then it would calculate the tax and tell you what the total was. And it didn't tell you how much, there wasn't an area where you type in, they just handed $20 and this is the change.
Yeah.
You would have to count.
You actually had to do the math in your head.
You had to do the math, yeah.
It's amazing to me, and you see it a lot. I'm sure you have a much younger team, right? You have a lot of high school kids that work for you?
We do, high school and college,
yeah. So it's amazing to me that in high school that they don't teach simple math.
I just gotta get you count 16 divided by 2. It don't get much simpler than that. Calm down. So we do teach simple math. So
you teach simple math.
Not every high school has a construction program. So yeah. Sorry.
All right. Well, then I need to talk to Rutherford County. We need to work on that. Maybe you should lead the charge.
I'm not putting down another high school because they literally every school.
Is that high school to high school gets to decide that?
To a certain degree, yeah.
Oh, yeah?
And
Okay,
certain schools get to decide where they are in town or in the county, what's beneficial to their student body, where they're going to get the most help. And I shouldn't say we're the only one. We're not the only one. But not all of them have it. So I will say that. But it's they have gotten to kind of, so to speak, cherry pick what's best for their student body. And certain schools have passed on different programs, and certain
Riverdale
schools
doesn't have one, does it?
Not that I'm aware of. But most of them, even if they don't have true construction program, they still have like an ag mechanics program that they're going to get a lot of the similar qualities, not to the same depth of some. So
as an educator, to Bo and I's detriment nowadays, like I had a kid the other day that needed change for a 20 for a check, and it was like the check was like $13.81 or something like that. Well, for me, that's real simple math, right? And I just go get the change and I hand it back to him. But the gentleman that was needing the change, my server looked at me like, "Oh, I mean, is that right? You sure that?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm sure that's right, man."
Well, I think it's even come back to.
And now this is a college kid that's going to the. He's a college kid,
right? There's a distrust from just the general population because I think they don't know the forwards and backwards of numbers the way they used to, because we've all become so reliant on whether it's the phone or the computer, because it's all right there for us.
Yeah.
How often do you think about the other side or the other half of a number? It's rare that you do it. I can still recall years ago, I was in Old Navy. It's Christmas time. I gave the girl a $60. I gave her 320s. It was 48 and change. I remember that much of it. And she hit cash. Well, it cashed out like I gave her exact change.
Yeah.
She freaks out. I don't know what to give you back. I say, easy. Like, well, we're good. You owe me $11 and whatever the change was. And and she's like, you don't know that. I said, well, yeah, I do. Like,
yes, I do.
I backed her up from it. Like, hey, look, walk this backwards. She goes, I don't know. I've got to go get a calculator. And Old Navy did not allow them to carry their phones on the floor.
Yeah.
So she goes and tracks down a manager. I need a calculator. Well, I don't know where a calculator. Put it in your computer. She's like, I did, but I hit cash out. And I was like, oh my goodness, girls. Like, I'm helping you out here. You owe me this amount. And they're like, long story short, they finally tracked down a calculator. And I was right. And that girl was like, how'd you know that? I said, well, that's real simple. You count to 100, start over. Like, it's like I don't know what to tell you. But it just, we've lost that just the confidence, like the gentleman who you had as a customer. Are you sure? That's a lack of confidence in himself as well. Yeah. And because it has become so standard that no matter what we're doing, we have this technology that checks us out, that backs us up. And
look, I say it's kids, and you're right. It's not just kids. It's adults too. Mm-hmm. I was on a Zoom call yesterday, a meeting with some very intelligent people in and we were talking about, and I'm looking at using their platform for our business and so forth. And she's rattling off numbers. Okay, well, this segment is this much, and this segment is this much, and this segment is this much, and then there's this fee and that fee and this, that, and the other. And I said, okay, so it's gonna cost me $498, and then the implementation and this, that, and the other. And they all went, let me get my, I don't know, hold on. And I went, it's fine. That's what it's going to cost. And she was like, oh no, I think it's more than that. And I went, okay, all right, we're good. Like I do numbers for a daily thing. Like, it's okay. So yeah, it's weird to me. I just think math is one of those things that people don't realize how important it is. And especially as a kid, you don't realize how important it is, because it doesn't matter whether you're a teacher or a police officer or a real estate agent, or you own a barbecue joint or a donut shop or whatever. You use math every single day, right? I mean, every day, and almost pretty much everything you do, you use mathematics. And we put probably a tenth of the focus that we should on it, right? I mean, and whether it's elementary school, middle school, high school, or college, we don't use real world math. Like, you will use geometry. I don't use a lot of geometry. Bo probably doesn't use a lot of geometry.
I feel like you could stack more wings in your smoker if you knew the actual layout. Like, you need to work on that.
There's never going to be a time that I need to be able to cook more than 2,000 at once.
All right, fair. That's a fair shake right there. Right?
It'll take me about 2 hours to cook 2,000 wings.
Okay,
so
well, never mind. Dang,
I mean, look, I hope you're right.
Yeah,
I really
Get
do.
a second rack in there is all you do there. Forget counting the geometry.
Yeah, I hope you're right.
Yeah.
By all means, I would love to be able to cook 4,000 wings at one time.
Have you had his wings?
Oh yeah. Oh, that's a regular.
That is just
Bo comes over all the time.
string wings and some fries.
Man.
It's tasty.
Your wings, every time they come up, it gets me.
It's tasty.
It is tasty.
We're working on some pork belly stuff right now.
Oh man,
Yeah,
that'll be good.
Yeah, it's gonna be good.
You need a test marker for that?
I do.
Okay.
I do.
I don't know a guy, but I'm just saying.
Okay.
I
Well,
can come up with somebody surely.
maybe I know a guy that I can call.
In the 140,000 or whatever Rutherford County is now. So.
I think it's 167.
Is it really? Gosh, man.
Yeah. Because or not Rutherford County. Rutherford County is almost 400. 2020.
Oh yeah. I'm talking
2020.
About
It was 2020. The county was 370, 369. Yeah, 369 some change. So but we hadn't done a census since then. So yeah, we'll find out soon. Yeah,
That's some quick growth.
yeah, I love it. All right, Bo. So you do real estate. Christy does the donut shop for the most part. You assist in all the big decisions, right?
I do a lot of quality control.
Quality control. That is, look, I think that's one of the most important jobs.
I mean,
Just my opinion. You agree? You don't agree? Quality
I've never
control.
owned a restaurant, so
I need to try.
That's
the
just where you
product.
get to eat it.
yes, that could be.
Yeah.
I thought that was research and development. So
that
yeah.
too.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. Quality control and
Well, we
R&D.
got people
Yeah.
that come up with creative new ideas.
Okay.
I just try it and go, yeah, I like that. That's good.
All right. Well,
So-
hey, look, this is going to be a great little segue here for mac and beans.
Okay.
Since you brought that part up, and I'm kind of throwing you a curveball here.
You're good.
So, mac or beans, based on your two original sides for barbecue, are you a macaroni and cheese guy or baked beans?
Mac
Okay.
and cheese for sure.
And just a side note to this, I had some mac and cheese with some barbecue over the weekend at a non-local place not even in Middle Tennessee. I was let down. It was very basic mac and cheese, and I was kind of like, anyhow. But my mac and cheese.
I know you were let down because you didn't post nothing about that.
See, I didn't. I kept it to myself. But mac and beans choice for today: Bavarian custard or the Boston cream?
I'm a Boston guy.
Oh man.
You Bavarian?
I'm a Bavarian guy. Yeah. Sure am, man. That I guess that's a lemony custard. I don't know exactly what. I just know it's right. So,
You know, man,
So do you like the blueberry cake?
I've never had it.
Oh, okay.
I think I would.
yes.
I mean, I like all the other cake donuts I've ever had from Donut Country. We just should have had a lineup.
So my answer to mac and beans is yes.
Yes, there.
Is that acceptable?
I think it just became acceptable.
Look, I don't.
It's your show. Don't you want?
I can cry if I want to.
That's right.
I don't think I've had a donut from your shop that I didn't really enjoy.
That's the fair assessment.
Like, I mean, there's some that are my favorites over others. Like, don't get me wrong, like my taste buds, but I don't think I've ever had one that I was like, oof.
Well, I know that we're big on the coffee. My favorite with the coffee is the Dutch Crumb. Like just black coffee and that Dutch Crumb is like that is a pair that is just like.
Is that the
It's got the white powdered sugar on it.
It's a vanilla cake with cinnamon sugar crumb.
Yeah.
It's really good.
what's the
I haven't had that with coffee.
Yeah.
Even just a plain vanilla cake with
Yeah,
coffee is.
the Dutch Crumb with coffee is just.
what's the one that geez, I forgot the
There
name.
you go.
Like the old fashioned.
Okay, yeah, just a regular old fashioned with. That's
It's right.
with the.
It is
coffee,
right.
Man.
It is absolutely right.
Man,
Yeah. Gosh.
I'm going over there when I leave.
Y'all still open 24 hours?
We are.
All right.
We are.
I drive right by there on the way home, y'all. Just
So we are closing the week of July 4th for
as you should.
doing some maintenance.
That's right.
So
Yeah.
Speaking of maintenance, y'all went through a big remodel or a fairly significant remodel.
Well, when COVID hit, I mean, just be honest with you, we were tired. We were running shorthanded, and we were like, we need a vacation.
Yeah.
We've had so many. Donut Country has an ability to create relationships. We just had two people that worked there get engaged this past week.
Oh, congratulations.
But so, needless to say, there's a lot of family there.
Yeah.
So one, it helped closing for a week to allow family to, take vacation and stuff together. But this started after COVID. With COVID, we were just running so shorthanded, and everybody was just tired. And we're like, man, we're just gonna close because we need a break. And then having a 24/7 place, it's nice to those projects that you need to be closed to do.
Yeah.
So like we're replacing we're replacing all the door frames and doors, as far as like in the back kitchen.
Yeah.
We're replacing the countertops this time. We always have some sort of project that we do.
Yeah. So you've had the place since 17.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think is the most challenging thing of owning a restaurant since you started in 17?
I think that the part for me,
He's gonna phone a friend for Christy.
no,
Hey, what's the hard part, babe?
text him. That's right. Call, right? No, really just taking care of the team. When you have a business, you realize how much, you're so dependent on so many people.
Yep.
You got to have a clean store. If it's not clean, you got to have a clean store, you got to have a friendly team, and you got to have a good product. Like you miss out on any of those, and it's not going to work.
Yeah.
And so it's just, I'm one that in the past I've always tried to just do everything myself, and you have to rely on help. You have to, we've got a rock star team. So that's why I say that. I say that, and then I go like, it's not really hard, but where I probably fall short is just taking the time to pour into them a little bit more. I get busy and going real estate and taking the time to check on them and different things like that. That being said, like Christy is awesome at it. She doesn't go to Walmart or something without bringing something back, you know, for the team, just you know, something, you know, sticking some bananas back there in the back for the team. Like, they really appreciate that, you know, just, and really more of the thought than anything. And
that's cool.
She's good at that. That's where I need to.
Now, has Christy worked there? Like, did she work there through high school and college and all that?
She started working there when she was like 8 years old.
Yeah.
I got her number through the drive-through.
Love it. It does create relationships.
It does.
Oh, yeah.
Brought together with the love of a donut.
I didn't know that.
You know,
we got to hear the story now, Bo.
Yeah.
When Derry was talking about going there as a kid, I mean, that was me too. I went to the main store when I was, you know, with my mom. When I was with my grandparents, I'd go to the store on Middle Tennessee. Well, now Middle Tennessee. So I grew up like that was my treat. That was a big deal for me. Yeah. My mom didn't limit me to one.
Oh, my mom did. Well, she was about for me and my brother. If you turn both of us loose, golly.
Maybe that's why he's taller than you.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. God, did you just call me short?
No.
Yeah, that's
yeah. The midget calling somebody short.
The shortest one in the room.
Right.
So sorry.
I think Cammy's got me beat.
Gosh, bless her heart. She's making the rounds today.
Were you driving when were you driving through the drive-through yourself, or were like your parents in the car?
I met her. I met her at a mutual friend's house.
Okay.
And she had I don't know if you remember, she had the yellow Mustang.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
I'm like, hey, let me drive your car. And we rode around town. And I worked at a Quick Lube at the time, and I was like, "Hey, come over here, and I'll change your oil for you." You know,
And he's playing the smooth game.
You know. And then I was going through the drive-through for the donuts, but
keep telling yourself that
because I knew she worked there. You know?
We know the story.
So,
we know the story.
Bo's first loop around the store. The Mustang's not here. Keep going. Like
I don't need a donut today.
No, save my money.
Whoa. I would still stop in. I just have to pay.
Okay.
Now the truth comes out.
I still will get donuts. I just have to pay for them.
That's outstanding.
That is great. Absolutely love it.
So, that's incredible. What a good segment there. That was
that's fantastic.
That went left, and I didn't even plan for it too. Good stuff. What's on? Oh, excuse me, you got me choked up, Bo.
Now I'm going to ask a question. When Christy's parents wanted to get out, or did they want to get out? Did y'all approach them? Was it like a, hey, you know, what's the retirement plan?
They had, they tried to talk us out of it. My mother-in-law, Christy wasn't interested in it, to be honest with you. It was for sale, legitimate for sale through an agent for about 2 years. And they were getting legitimate offers. They had a number in their mind that they wanted for it. And, I mean, to be honest with you, it wasn't. You know, it was priced too high. That's the reason it didn't sell. Yeah. But the whole 2 years, I was wanting to do it, and she was like, "No, we're not doing this." She grew up. I mean, every day her mom or her dad was there. Yeah. No family vacations. You know, she spent a whole lot of time at the shop herself, and I mean, it happens. It is what I mean. My kids spend a whole lot of time there. Yeah. You just kind of you kind of react to what's happening. But I worked there, so when I worked at I worked third shift for a while at the sheriff's office, and when I get off, I would go into the shop and clean the kitchen, and that was just what I did every day. So I had some knowledge of it. From that aspect, and then I ended up getting switched to day shift. Well, when I worked day shift, I would go in the mornings. I'd go in at like 4:30 in the morning, and like open up the store and, you know, deliver donuts to the little store and different things like that until time to go into my regular shift. So I had a lot of knowledge. I mean, I knew it was a good business, and then I also had ideas of ways. You know, yes, it wasn't worth what they were asking for it, but they were also just at a point in their life, they were really content with how things were going, and they weren't trying to do anything. Yeah. Well, when we came in and we got a mortgage, that mortgage is motivation.
Yes, it is.
You know, so it was like, all right, what can we do? So, I mean, the number of donuts, when we were talking about coffee, I was talking about negative reviews. One of the negative reviews were best donuts in town, but you better get there early. How it was set up, the bake team would be 3 people. And, I mean, they were working 14 and 15-hour shifts every single night. I would go in, and nobody ever complained, but I'm looking at them going like, y'all have to be smoked.
Yeah.
And so we changed the layout of the kitchen. I mean, really putting a lot of thought into how many steps you're taking, when do we need to be close to the sink? Let's put this equipment closer to the sink. And, and then we went from 3 people to we're running 5 and 6 people in the kitchen. And now they're working 12-hour shifts, but we're making twice the donuts.
How many donuts do you think you go through in a week?
I don't know. We probably average 7,000 or 8,000 a day.
7,000 or 8,000 donuts a day.
Love it.
Higher on the weekends.
Yeah.
And then probably half that on the front end of the week.
Now, is that both stores?
Yes. Yeah, we make all of them at the store Memorial and then drive them over to the Middle Tennessee location.
I'm telling you, if that
incredible.
midnight drive-through could tell tales, I know, because look, it used to be, and this was years ago, this was before you and Christy owned it, but they'd get hot, like the hot glazed donuts come off about 2 a.m. Well, when you're in high school and college, you're still up at 2 a.m. And you drive by, get a half gallon of milk, a full box of glazed donuts. It was a good time.
Yeah.
It was great. It'd take about 4 of us, and we could just crush the whole box. It was great. So, but I'm sure that drive-through's got stories.
I got a sneaky suspicion that the 2 of us could probably crush a whole box.
I couldn't
right?
eat more. Back then, I could easily do it.
I can get 6 down pretty quick.
No. I'm not that guy anymore. There was a time. There was a time that the 6 would have been the appetizer.
I never did it, but I wanted to do like the 12 challenge, and it'd be like 12 minutes. You got 12 ounces of milk and 12 donuts. And like, if you can get it all knocked out in the 12 minutes, you win something. I don't know. I never did do anything with it. I probably should bring it back.
Should we do 12-minute, the 12-minute sticky hog challenge?
What are you going to do with that?
Gosh.
Can you
12 hogs in 12 minutes with 12 ounces of beer? I mean, what's that?
Yeah. Yes.
Hey, let's try it.
Gosh.
If you
got 2 events coming up, pick one, brother.
Yeah, that's
Pick
what I'm
you
saying.
out 3 competitors.
Okay.
Here you go, boys.
1, 2, and 3.
Oh,
I'm setting ready.
can't you lose? I'm sorry. I'm going to call that one.
I am ready. He said I'm gonna sit this one out.
Oh, man.
You get 1 12-ounce can, 12 sticky hogs, in
God.
12 minutes.
That's how people die.
I think I'd give you a run. I was actually pacing myself there.
I was, too.
With
I didn't
you,
want to be
I was
first,
like-
and I was like, I'm going to be.
I was like, I don't want to. I mean, I'm ready to knock this thing out.
My mother's still like, that's how you and your brother ate. Like, you just had to eat what was available because otherwise there's another male in the room and it wasn't going to be available. I mean, like.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, serious notes. To be determined on dates and time.
I'm telling you, got events
But
coming,
there's-
baby.
Oh, bro.
There is
Sticky hog challenge.
There is going to be a sticky hog challenge, and we will either do it at Donut Country or Singletree, one of the two, and it will be filmed, and there will be a prize pack. I am now accepting sponsors for this event.
I love it. I love it. Dude, you could make this a local sips thing. Get one of the local breweries. You got a 12-ounce beer.
Yeah, 12
Title
ounce.
sponsor. Go for it. Here we are. Brought to you by Donut Country, Singletree Barbecue.
Yeah,
Here's your top 3. Go at it, boys.
yeah. I'll get somebody to donate some gift cards for the winner of one of y'all 3.
And if nobody gets it done in 12 minutes, it goes like to
Whoever finished the most.
No. It goes to a local charity of some sort. Just
Okay.
whatever your swag bag, let them have it. They can auction it off, and give that to a charity if nobody completes it.
Goes to Minutes Wisely. Boom. All right.
Brainstorming at its finest, man.
We love it. We love it.
Done.
All
So
right.
what angle would you go?
Huh?
Would you hit the sticky hogs first and then close it with the beer, or would you go early with the beer?
No, I'm closing with the beer. I'd almost want to take a
you
shot.
Would you do any dip?
Nope.
To
No.
just hit it.
Just hit it.
You just got to go.
So
Just do as best you
there's
can.
so that's about 2 pounds of pork.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
So it's 3.5 ounces of pork that goes on a sticky hog.
You're looking at me like
times
I'm the
12.
question mark here. I'm a contender.
No, I'm doing my math wrong. That's 3 pounds of pork.
36. No, friend, it's just over 2. You're good.
3.5.
12 times 3 is 36, plus another 6 would be 42.
Yeah.
So you're 3.5 pounds, 2.5 pounds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So,
All right. We're getting
and
there.
12 donuts,
We're getting there. And 12 donuts and a 12-ounce can.
12 minutes, baby.
12 minutes.
Go.
Make it happen, Captain. Yeah. We might need to do 12 hours.
No.
All right. Why don't you hit us with a good Friday feel good?
Friday feel good. There you
We'll
go,
wrap
man.
this up.
Excellent. Well, Friday feel good. Look, it's storming outside today. Y'all don't know that. You can't see it, but we can all hear it. Rest during the storms of your life. Take time so it doesn't get you beat up. I know that a lot of, if you think about just wildlife, when it storms, you don't see wildlife. A lot of them are resting. Come back energized, refreshed. Do your best. Rest during the storm. Get through it. Come out better than you were. Y'all know what to do. Find somebody you know. Tell them you love them.
I love it. I love it. Bo, thank you so much for joining us today. How can people find you if they want to buy a house or get a hold of you for donuts?
By phone number 615-866-7584. You Google Davis Home Group. You can find us there.
1311 Memorial Drive, the main store.
1311 Memorial. That's 24 hours. They can come anytime. We are going to be closed the week of 4th of July. But outside of that, come see us anytime. We'll close on all the, Memorial Day, stuff like that. Just close for the day. Yeah. And then we got that other location. They're 5 to 11 Monday through Friday and 6 to 12 on the weekends.
Mm-hmm. And now's the time to buy a house. Do it now before the election.
Hey, I was Googling, what do you think the average net worth in the U.S. is for a homeowner? For people that own their home.
Net worth.
Average net worth in the U.S. for homeowners.
Oh, man. I'd probably say $100,000.
I was going to go 85.
It was just under 400,000. It was like 390s, and it was as of 2022.
Wow.
What do you think the average net worth for people that rent?
Oh, Lord, I couldn't tell you.
It was just under 10,000.
10,000.
So the difference from people that rent versus people that own. So buy a house.
Wow.
I'm closing tomorrow, so
awesome.
Yeah.
Congratulations, D.
Whatever. That just means I got a whole lot of housework to do now.
Yep, it sure
I've
does.
already got a list. Like light fixtures. We don't have to do any appliances, thankfully. But
Thankfully.
light fixtures, painting, like just going to hit the ground running. So
I love it.
I'm looking forward. That's how I'm going to spend summer break, or at least the
I
rest of it.
appreciate you.
Well, let me know if you need some people to help out. I know a lot of people know.
Oh, I still got kids. Like, we good. My son doesn't know it yet, but he's going to.
Look, guys, I'm Charlie Evelyn. I appreciate you guys joining us today. If you want to get involved, please feel free to give me a call at 615-307-0120. You can email me at charlie@singletreebbq.com. Come to the restaurant and see us. Make sure that you like, share, and subscribe and all the things. And go buy a donut from Donut Country and a house from Bo.
I got 2 kids that are going to need to go to college. So that's
Yes, sir.
There you go.
Until next time, guys, we'll see you then.
Y'all be good.
Appreciate you.
Yeah. Turn it off, Trent.
I think he went to the bathroom. So we're still
He's going to hear all this. That's what's the great part about it.
Yeah.
Oh, man. I'm telling you, the outtake reel, you're onto something there. If you'll quit, just...
I'm telling you, we just got to get him to hit record when one of us walks
The
in
moment,
and just go from there.
The moment the room is full, go.
Yeah.
I mean, it ain't nothing to cut that out if you don't want it. Save them, clip them together 10.
Yeah.
So.
And then we just kind of stop it from there. We have a plan.
Go back and listen to the last minute and a half. That'll be the fun part.
Yeah. No, you're good. You're good. I glanced over and saw what time it was, so I tried to wrap us up.
Okay. No, you did fine.
Well, I'll keep you posted when they leave.
That was fun. Did that?
Did Christy warn you that I'm a talker? Hopefully I didn't.
What do we need to do?
Huh?
What do we need? Are y'all done?
Yeah, we did, we did the outro and everything. You'll have to cut probably a minute and a half off.
Sorry about that.
You don't have to cut anything off because you're going to hear turn it off.